Hi guys and welcome back to Aussie Food Journeys. On our last day off we did a little bit of tripping around Crumba and we popped into the local butcher and we found some crocodile meat. So we're just going to make up some crocodile spring rolls today. The recipe will be in the description of the video and I hope you enjoy. Hi guys and welcome back to Aussie Food Journeys. We went and visited the local butcher the other day and we bought ourselves some croc meat. So today I'm just making some crocodile spring rolls. They probably are crocodile. Now the meat at the butcher's, it actually doesn't specify what it is, it just says boneless crocodile meat. On the back of the packet, they're a kilo bag. On the back of the packet it says the cuts that you can get is strip loin, tenderloin and tail fillet, but it doesn't actually specify what this is. But I don't know. Robert, what do you reckon that is? Does that look like a piece of tail? I don't know. But anyways, what I'm going to do for the spring rolls is actually mince this a little bit. Now the butcher did say don't cook it like chicken because it'll go tough. Because like I said, there's a kilo in here and I only need about 300 grams for the spring rolls. We're not using all of this today. We'll actually cry back down in smaller packets. But I'm just going to mince the 300 grams that I need, and you know, have our trusty Tupperware mincer here, which I'm not even sure why it's in the caravan, to be honest. But it doesn't weigh much, and it's just there, so might as well use it. It'll come in handy. So I'm just going to mince this up and then we'll get on to the spring rolls.
Yeah, it's not going to suction cap for the table.
Well, it might. I'll see it coming out. So I've got the fairly big mincer in here too, like a coarse mincer, not the fine one. But yeah, I'll just get Robert to hold I'll hold that too. Oh, see, it just required muscle that I don't have. I used to always use the mincer on my mixer master at home.
You've got the blade in there, yeah?
I do. Obviously the table's got a bit of a bow in it too, which is probably why it's not suction capping real well. It does suction cap on the bench in the caravan. Awesome. Right, that's our crocodile mince. I actually don't, you can't buy crocodile mince, I don't think, can you? I think it only comes in, like I said, on the back of the packet, the fillets, the strip loin and the tail meat. But obviously if you've got a mincer, you can mince it. I actually did Google a recipe for crocodile spring rolls and, excuse me, it just says to finely strip the crocodile meat. But again, because I've got the mincer, I used it, so we'll see how they go. Now I've made a lot of spring rolls before for, it takes me a while to work out left and right. Well, for work and for every other place where I've always used pork mince. And yeah, and I'm just going to do it exactly the same, except the only difference will be that instead of using pork mince, I'm using crocodile mince, and I'm using lemon myrtle as well. So lemon myrtle I want to be my main flavour in there, and usually with the spring rolls when I make them, the only flavouring in there is soy sauce and Chinese, that Chinese wine. So yeah, I'm just going to use the lemon myrtle and a bit of soy, and that'll be it. So it'll be nice and easy. I'm just going to go wash my fingers and then I'll be back to chop up the vegetables. Okay, so now with the crocodile minced, we're going to get the veggies ready. just going to put a little bit of oil in the wok first. And just turn it on low. Right, so first things first. I'm shredding the cabbage, grating 2 carrots, and I managed to get some bean sprouts. We went to the shops, I don't know, 2 days ago or something. All the shelves were like packed, like fruit and veg. Went back like today for a loaf of bread and half the shelves were empty, so I'm glad I grabbed bean sprouts when I saw them. Robert told me to. So that's just a fine shred for cabbage. Cabbage breaks down and becomes nearly nothing. And I will grate these carrots because they are a little bit old. Do is just fry the cabbage and carrot off with the garlic, and I've got a little bit of ginger, and then we'll put in the bean sprouts. Now normally I cook the meat first and then add all the vegetables to it, but because it's Crocodile I don't want to cook the meat first and then add the veggies and add everything in case, I mean being minced it shouldn't go tough anyway, but I want to add it kind of in last. I'll just pan fry it off separately by itself a little bit. I haven't come to that conclusion yet. I'll make my mind up in about 5 minutes. Still warm. Hasn't cooled down much, has it? I think weather
seems to stay around that 30.
Yeah, middle
34
of May.
degrees. It seems to hang there.
Middle of May. The mornings are beautiful actually at the moment, and so are the nights if you're not eaten alive by all the insects and the bugs and the frogs and the everything else that's here to scare me. Yeah, mornings and evenings are quite nice outside. It's just during the day it still really heats up. Right, in the fry pan, wok. You can use the fry pan. It's just got to be large enough to fit all your veggies in. Into that, I will grate some ginger. Some of my fingers. By the time the video comes out, it'll be in the tune. Anyway. Right. Oh, we're starting to run low on our garlic. We blended ourselves, but just a teaspoon of garlic. We're going to let that cook for a little bit before adding the bean sprouts. Now just in this little bowl, oh Robert, can you grab me some water? Water. I want about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce.
1 cup.
Yes. And about a tablespoon of lime juice. Freshly squeezed. Right outside our caravan is a lime tree. So it's really handy, to be honest. Good. Ooh. I have a cut on my finger. And into that, roughly 2 tablespoons of cornflour and a little bit of water. That'll thicken our any liquid from the vegetables and all that sort of stuff. And I've made a massive mess on the tablecloth. Because if this sauce isn't thickened, like if the juices in the pan aren't thickened before we wrap the spring rolls go really soggy. So any liquid created from the mince and the veggies cooking down, yeah, it needs to be thickened. Alright, I'm going to add some pepper. I'll add in my bean sprouts. Crocodile back out. And I'm going to be pretty heavy-handed with the lemon myrtle on this because I really want the flavour of the lemon myrtle to come through. Get some 2 teaspoons. Hands again. Right, I'm taking this off the heat. Veggies are pretty good. Right, so what I want to do now is get this pan really hot again. Add the mince and then quickly add your veggies and your sauce back through to it. And then we've got to let it go cold, so it's got to be completely cold before we wrap them. Oh, into the soy sauce and the lime juice with the cornflour, I just wanted to add a little bit of sugar just to take that bite out of the lime juice, so about a teaspoon of brown sugar. Cameraman's gone on strike, so I'll take over. So just this pork mince, I'd let that cook all the way through, but because it's the crocodile, I'm actually going to add the veggies back to that now. And I can do this one-handed.
Cameraman's back before she drops the GoPro in the block.
Right, and that was just your soy sauce with your lemon juice, brown sugar and cornflour. So all I want to do is make sure that's thickened nicely, which it has if I can't see any dregs of sauce there. And better taste it, I suppose. Oops. I feel like you could use a little bit more salt and pepper.
More seasoning.
Yeah.
More seasoning.
Right. Can you taste your lemon myrtle, or you want a bit more of that too?
Yeah, I'd put more in it.
Some days I wish I remembered to pack the white ground pepper. You think I could just go buy some, but I just never do. It'd be faster. Although I do like the cracked pepper flavour, so I'm going to add, I don't know, another teaspoon, you reckon?
Yeah.
I nearly missed my mouth, did you see that? That's better. Right, so what we're going to do is let that sit in the fridge for a couple of hours just to get cold. And then we managed to find the spring roll pastry, so we're going to wrap them in a couple of hours. And yeah, there was actually a lot of Asian pastry, pastry and stuff. There was down at the corner store the other day when they must have had a delivery come in, so that was exciting, to be honest. Yeah, we'll be back in a couple of hours once that's gone cold. Okay, so it's been a couple of hours. And our mix is nice and cold. So I'm going to grab the spring roll wrappers. My plan was to not rip the packet, but I did. Oh well. Just pull these apart, and while you're wrapping the spring rolls, like if I was hoping not to rip the packet because I'd keep them back in the packet, but just cover them with a damp tea towel or cloth. A clean shucks cloth, just to keep them there. Right. I usually do these. Choose the size you do them, whether you want to do big ones or small ones. I sort of just fill them with a couple of spoonfuls of mixture. And I just wrap them on it, wrap them up. Oh, this cup's got some water in it. Just dot the end so that they can seal shut. Right. Can you come here for a sec? Right, we're just going to roll until we run out of mixture, really. Can you do a close-up? Like that. Let's keep that covered. Wow. Ask him to do a close-up and look what happens. Right, nice couple of spoonfuls. And I just go from the corner. So roll it round, push it backwards, just so it gets nice and firm and tight. Kind of like, probably not as aggressive as rolling a sleeping bag, but same as that. Fold the ends in, and then I just sort of wet the corner and on the tray. So we'll do that again. So fold it over, push it back, shape it out, roll it, and like that. Okay, so I'm just going to roll the rest of these up before we cook them off. Down to my last two that I'm rolling, and I'm starting to think I need a taller table. that or I'm... Oh no, I won't say that out loud. I was going to say either that or I'm getting old. Can't be that. But yeah, so last two that I'm wrapping. And these can be cooked if you've got an air fryer, which we don't. Yeah, by all means, air fry them 10-15 minutes till they're just nice and crispy. Shallow fry, so put some oil in the wok and just fry them off lightly. I'm actually going to cheat today, maybe, I think, and I'm going to go into the kitchen and just stick them in the deep fryer really quickly. So yeah, I'll take you with me to the kitchen. Right, last two done. So I think we made, I don't know what we made, 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 spring rolls all up. So I mean, really probably, there's only 20 sheets in a packet. I could have made them slightly smaller and use the whole 20, but they're a nice size, I reckon. But anyway, I'll put the rest of the pastry back in the freezer and I'll use it again another day. So the range hoods were on in the kitchen and it was quite noisy. So we've just sort of muted the sound on this, but even if you had a little deep fryer at home, just put a few in the basket just so that you don't overcrowd them and the oil goes cold. And they deep fry for like 3 to 5 minutes just until they're golden. This recipe here for the crocodile spring rolls is probably an okay way to try crocodile if you're not sure, because the flavour of the crocodile probably gets hidden in amongst all the vegetables and everything like that. So, you know, if you weren't real sure, it'd be a good way to try it. Obviously, you don't get the full taste of what the crocodile is. So, I mean, if you can ever find crocodile and eat it by itself, that's the best way to actually taste it. But if you're unsure, by all means, a spring roll would be the way to go. So there you have it, guys. Some crocodile spring rolls. We, like I said, if you've got an air fryer, chuck them in the air fryer. That's the healthiest way to cook them. And if we were, not at work, I'd just put some oil in our wok and just, shallow fry a couple of them at a time until they're all cooked. And but because we're at work, I went in and borrowed the deep fryer for like 5 minutes or less. Didn't take too long, and I'm just serving them here with some of our sweet chilli sauce that I made with the clean fish dumplings and some soy sauce. And of course we've got our wonderful wine glasses with wine in there. And
what a way to spend the evening, watching the sun go down, having a crocodile spring roll.
Because they're so
cheers.
Cheers. Oh, they're hot. But anyway.
So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Next episode we might do another bit of a cook up. So why don't you just drop a comment down below on how you want us to cook some fish up. We've got some barramundi, threadfin salmon or blue salmon, and
There's
Carolyn's jewel
yeah.
fish she caught, which is supposed to be really good eating as well. So
yeah,
leave a comment down below on how you think we should cook it up. And
because trust me, we have plenty in the freezer to keep us going for a long time on cooking up. We'll cook up something.
So until next time, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification.
Yeah, and we'll see you next episode.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks. So Robert heard a barra boof while we were sitting here eating our spring rolls, so he went and grabbed his rod, and I'm sitting up here away from the crocodiles.